We have a very big game today in the Champions League against Bayern Munich. And in our first season in the Champions League, that probably means certain defeat. But I have a plan. Now, whether that is a cunning plan or it will be back to the drawing board afterwards is yet to be seen. We will know that after today's game. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, Part 16, Season 3 in the Ferguson save set in the future. And as you can see from the league table, we are doing much better than I could have ever expected. We are currently in second place. We've played 10 games and we have 23 points. We are 1 point behind Manchester City, who are sitting on top of the table. And today we will be playing 2 games. We will be at home to probably the biggest game we've had this season against Bayern Munich. And then we will have an away trip in the Premier League to Wolves, and so we have a lot of work to do. As we are in our first season in the Champions League, it probably does mean a heavy defeat against Bayern Munich, but I have a cunning plan. I have a theory as to why we will always lose in our first couple of seasons against these bigger teams. And so I've been thinking a lot about this game against Bayern, and I have come up with a plan. Whether it's a cunning plan and will be successful, or whether it'll be back to the drawing board, I don't know. We have to give it a try though, because if we don't change something about the way we're playing, then it means certain defeat. If we do nothing, then I think we'll lose, so we're going to give this a try. But first, let's take a look at what has been happening on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us lose that game to Leeds, 4-3, a game I was not very happy in. But then we bounced back, and we did beat Slovan Bratislava in the Champions League by 3-0, a game we were expected to win. But then a fabulous result. We beat Manchester United at home by 3-0. And we followed that up with a 2-1 away defeat against Leeds in the Carabao Cup. Revenge for that 4-3 defeat. We then had a 3-1 away victory at Burnley, and things are starting to look very, very good for us. And that was followed by a trip to Braga in the Champions League group phase, and we beat Braga by a 0-0. And then came Aston Villa at home, and we absolutely hammered Aston Villa by 4-1. But there has been a little bit of a decline. In a poor game against Leicester, we only managed a 0-0 draw. And I wonder if this is FM telling me you're about to go into decline, because we have 2 very tough fixtures coming up today. Bayern Munich at home in the Champions League, and then a trip to Wolves away in the Premier League. Defeat to both of those teams will suddenly cause our run of form to look pretty poor rather than how it has been looking. So we do need to get at least one result today, either against Bayern or against Wolves, because with Newcastle following those 2 games, this could be a period where we go into decline. I'm really anxious that we don't allow that to happen. In terms of our current injuries, we have only 2 players out at the moment. We have Mbemba, who is just a fringe player. He's out with a pulled thigh. He's expected to be out for at least another couple of weeks. And then our central defender, Lee, he has sprained knee ligaments, unfortunately, and he's going to be out for about 6 weeks, I guess. And that's a big loss for us, with fixtures piling up at the moment. But it is what it is, and we have a number of players who are in form at the moment, and it is good to see that Jay Neal has come back into form. And if we have a look at the squad, you can see that we do have a number of players who are performing very well. And in terms of goals scored, we have Lewis Wilden and Jay Neal. Lewis Wilden with 9 goals, 1 assist, and Jay Neal, who's started to perform really well of late. He has 7 goals and 4 assists. Zapropoulos is also playing very well with 4 goals and 6 assists, and so the squad is in good shape really, and we are looking good going into this game against Bayern. And so for the game against Bayern Munich, as I said, I have been thinking about this a lot, and I have a plan for today, and we're going to try something. because we always lose against these bigger teams in our first couple of seasons in the Champions League. So I wonder if we're on to something here. We are going to play the same way, but we are going to go to a more balanced mentality, especially at the start. And we're going to play with a shorter passing game and a slightly lower tempo. The plan is to slow the game down a little bit. We'll probably add a little bit of time wasting as well during the game, especially for set pieces. It will give our team time to regroup and time to take a breather. We're going to dribble less and be more disciplined. And in transition, what we're going to do is we're not going to counter press, but we're going to hold our shape as well. And my thinking here is that if we are losing the ball in transition and we are counter-attacking at the time, we may be getting caught out of position. And if Bayern launch very quick counter-attacks when they win possession from us, then with our players being higher up the pitch on the counter-attack, we might be leaving opportunities for them behind. And so today we're going to be holding our shape, and if Bayern do turn the ball over very quickly and launch a quick counter-attack, our defence will not have been bombing up the field, and we should be in position to deal with their counter-attacks. We're going to slow the pace down as well, and then out of possession we're going to play with a mid-block, and we're going to play with a standard line, which will hopefully give our players more time to deal with any balls that are coming over the top of the midfield. We want to engage the midfield very hard around the centre line, and then when we win the ball, hold on to the ball and launch attacks in a very slow, deliberate way. We're not going to be running around like headless chickens. We're going to just have a standard trigger press and try to manage the amount of energy we're expending running after these very technically good Bayern Munich players. Just really staying in shape today and doing the best that we can, trying to hold on to the ball and be patient when we're attacking. I have no idea whether it is going to work or not, but all we can do is give it a try. We will know at the end of the game whether it was a good decision or a poor decision, but my guess is that if we do nothing and just play in our normal fashion, then we will lose the game anyway. I think we have nothing to lose here today by experimenting this way, and I'm hoping that we've made a good call here. But before we go to the game, I do want to give you guys some very good news. This morning, I just transferred over the first amount of ad revenue to the Just Giving page. And so now, with that donation of £55, we have now raised in excess of £365. This is an awesome achievement, and I am so grateful to each and every one of you who have contributed in your own way. But just a thought, every week I get 1 or 2 messages in the comments of certain videos, and what they're saying is, hey, I've just found your channel, or hey, your channel has just been recommended to me. And YouTube is a very slow process like that. Some people, after 1.5 years of being here, some people have no idea that I even exist. YouTube simply does not show the videos to everybody. It takes its time, and the algorithm bases how many people it will show it to on the amount of likes and comments. These are big things that YouTube uses to decide how many people to show the videos to. So please, guys, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment and help other people discover the channel for the first time. People like you who have no idea that I exist. And that being said, now it is time to go and play against Bayern Munich. I'm very, very nervous, but let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Bayern Munich is Götze in goal with Muntin. He's come in at right back with his ability to hard tackle on that side. Andre Silva, Reguan and Allen will play at the back. Bertrand comes in because of his ability to tackle. He's instructed to tackle harder here. He will accompany Fortes and Zapropoulos in midfield. Kitambala, Pook and J. Neal will play up front. Wilden has been out of form of late, and J. Neal has been the man in form. So I've given the nod to J. Neal, and let's see if he can do the business for us today. whatever happens, it is going to be a very, very tough game. We are given absolutely no chance in this game. They are a very, very good team, and I'm not going to be too hard on the boys no matter what happens. And with a bit of luck and a following wind, who knows, we might pull off a draw here, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We have 6 points from 6, and we're doing very well in 4th or 5th at the moment, and a defeat against Bayern isn't the end of the world. We're doing extremely well in the Champions League, much, much better than I thought we were going to do. And we're not going to be running around after Bayern, although they are spraying the ball about. And that was a nice tackle by Fortes in midfield. We have won the ball off them. We're just going to concentrate on keeping our shape, not getting the ball turned over. And if it does get turned over, then hopefully we'll be in shape. And there's a turnover, and we've stayed in shape, which means that it makes it more difficult for Bayern to actually get attacks on goal. And nothing seems to be happening as we go in. But yeah, I think one of the problems that happens when we come up against these big teams is that we do turn the ball over, and then their pace and their ability to counterattack means that we are getting caught out of shape. And by holding our shape now today, hopefully we will stay in shape and we will not be caught out at the back when they counterattack. We're going to have to see. So far so good, but there's only 15 minutes gone. But if it ends up this way at full time, and I don't mind if the referee blows the whistle at this point, then I'll be a very happy manager. But at the moment we're doing very well. We're not creating too many chances. I don't expect us to. But we are controlling possession, and so by slowing the game down, that has helped. And Bayern are struggling to create really good opportunities in front of goal. And there's a lovely ball over the top to Jay Neal. Jay Neal is in. Can he score? It's been cleared off the line. He should have just put his foot through it. I think he's been watching Wilden too much, and that Wilden does employ that little chip over the goalkeeper. And I wish Neal had just put his foot through it. He does have a lightning shot, and he should have just hit that, and we could have gone a goal up. But well done. At the moment, the tactic seems to be working. Bayern are finding it difficult to create opportunities, but here they come. They are a very, very dangerous team, and we have intercepted again, but that's a poor ball, and we're going to concede here. That was a dreadful ball. I'm not quite sure who gave that ball away. We intercepted it. There was no danger, and we gave it back, and that was absolutely dreadful. I can't set teams up, and it was Fortes, unfortunately. I can't set teams up and then control what these boys do on the pitch. That was a dreadful error, and we need to tell Fortes that that was not good enough. And we need to shout at him and demand more from him. That was not good enough. It was simply poor, and it's cost us a goal, and everything had been up to that point had been going very well. We had controlled Bayern, they weren't looking dangerous, and that's really upsetting that Fortes has gone and done that. But here's Bertrand looking for someone in the middle, can't find him, and there's a chance, and it's gone in Jay Neal. Bayern Munich have made an even worse mistake, and Jay Neal has put us back in the game, and it is now Norwich 1, Bayern Munich 1. What an absolute shocker. I thought our error was poor. This was even worse. What a dreadful back pass. Jay Neal said thank you very much, and it's now 1-1. Is this tactic working? Is it going to work? Bayern are going to have a highlight straight from the kickoff. I hope that they're going to turn the ball over, as often happens from these highlights on the kickoff. And we have turned the ball over, and it is Kitambala looking to get the ball forward. We can't take advantage of it. Bayern have won the ball back. It's a tactic that I've been thinking about for a little while, because they do turn the ball over a lot in the tackle. We're not as good as them. And here is Pook bursting down. And Neal is in space. And Neal has made it 2-1 to Norwich. This is unbelievable at the moment. Have we found something out here? I'm very, very happy with how things are working out at the moment. Jay Neal has got his second goal again. We're frustrating Bayern. That is what's happening. They can't launch these quick counter-attacks because we are holding our shape. And by being very patient with the ball, we're creating chances then when Bayern are pressing high up the pitch. And we are now 2-1 in front. And I really don't believe this is happening. And I am not going to get too excited at this point in time as Bayern are breaking forward. Bayern are in space. Bayern are going to score. It's headed off the line and Zaprapoulos clears it and it goes out of play for a throw-in. I need to get to half-time now. Need to have a look at what is happening here. But there's another ball looking over the top and Bayern have turned the ball over again. We need to be a little bit more accurate with our passing from midfield. That wasn't actually very good. One or two players are not playing particularly well. But so far, so good. And even if it's 2-2 at half-time, I'll be quite happy. I don't want to actually give a goal away at the moment, as we're doing particularly well. And we need to get hold of this ball, and it goes into the side netting, quite honestly. This is a very nerve-wracking game. There are a lot of highlights going on, and I can barely cope with this. But at the moment, we are doing very well. We are beating Bayern Munich by 2-1. And I just want to say, yeah, I'm very, very happy with how things are going. I'm looking at Muntian, who's not having the greatest of games. The rest of the players are playing very well. We'll have to keep an eye on Muntian. Bayern have made a substitution, so I need to go and deal with that one very shortly. And we are looking to bring the ball forward. And here's Jay Allen. Pook bringing it forward. Pook finds Bertrand. Bertrand's having a good game in midfield. The ball over the top looking for Jay Neal. Jay Neal, can he make it 3-1? It's been saved and it goes out for a corner. It remains 2-1. I can barely contain myself here at the moment. If we can get a result here today against Bayern, what a game, what a result it will be. And we are looking the better team at the moment, even though Bayern are actually creating more than us. We're looking actually like the more dangerous team. And Allen finds Fortes from the throw-in. Allen into Bertrand. Bertrand to Fortes. I like it when those midfielders are close together. Kitambala finds Muntin. Muntin to Zaprapoulos. There's that ball over the top for Jay Neal again. He is causing the defenders all sorts of trouble. And at the moment it remains Norwich 2, Bayern 1. I'm going to make some changes here, but we'll wait until after this highlight as Bayern are looking to bring it forward. I need to look at what the substitutions are that they made and to see if we need to do anything with the substitutes. And so I'm desperate to actually get to the substitutions page and to make some amendments as Bayern are forced to fire in a shot from way out and it doesn't trouble the goalkeeper. And so we have made our final changes, bring some fresh legs onto the pitch. We're not going to change the way that we're playing. We're doing very, very well. At the moment, it's still Norwich 2, Bayern Munich 1. Even if Bayern score now, I'm not going to be very disappointed. But if we can hold this now until the final whistle, we'll have done very, very well. We'll have shown that there is a way to beat these bigger teams. And we do have the possession. And Sutherland, who's just come on, he finds Neil. Neil is looking for McSweeney. McSweeney, who has just signed a new contract with us. Cost us a lot of money, but well worth having. And Hosoya has a shot, and it is well saved. And it remains Norwich 2, Bayern Munich 1. I think I need to sort this game out now. I need to just make sure that we're not going to do anything now. I think, yeah, we're doing okay. We don't need to do anything. Maybe, I think we'll come back to a low block. We're not going to do anything in terms of how we're playing. We'll up the time wasting a little bit. And we'll play for set pieces. And I think that's it. I'm going to put Hosoya on a support duty and just try and close this game down now, as there's only a minute or so plus time added on. And can we just hold on Can we just hold on? But no, we can't. Bayern have scored. But is it going to be ruled out? Was he offside? What is the decision going to be? I think I made those changes a little bit too late. What is the decision? The goal has been disallowed. What a surprise that is. I thought for sure that would be allowed. Come on, boys, we just need to hold on. I need to drop them a bit of encouragement here. They were very much offside. The front two were very much offside, and we need to encourage the boys. Just hold on. You can do this. There's just a minute left. We have beaten Bayern Munich, and the master plan has worked. What a result that was. I had a plan. We stuck to it. It worked. And we are in third place. We have maximum points from our Champions League games. And boy, what a result that was. I've got to admit, I wasn't expecting it. But boy, we have done so well. Oh boy, I'm a bit speechless at the moment. And yes, the headline is correct. Norwich hold firm. It was keeping our shape that in the end stopped Bayern from counter-attacking. They ran out of ideas and we held on. We've got another game coming up in a couple of days. We have to go to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'll go and get the team ready and we'll be right back before the game. And so we have another game to play against Wolves. We have Götze in goal. He did get himself injured, but he has declared himself fully fit for this game, so we will go along with that. Hunt has not been playing very well this season, so I'm not going to risk it against Wolves. We'll play Götze in goal. At the back we have Alan Reguan. Muntin makes an appearance at central defender, and McSweeney, Ahanach, Matic and Zapropoulos in midfield, with Puk, Neil and Wilden making up the front three. I'm just hoping that Jay Neal can continue the form that he's in and that we can go on and get a result here. Kittenball a little bit confused as to why he's not in the starting lineup, but everybody needs a rest. And Jay Neal is in very good form, and I want to get the best out of him while he is in form. Wilden needs to recover his form, and so this is a chance against Wolves for him to do just that. And it is actually Norwich who have made the better start, but Wolves are looking to counter-attack, but we have intercepted it. Muntin, he finds Neil to Muntin, Matic to Poop to Allen. We're going to try zipping the ball around a bit more today, and hopefully that will be... we want to put on a good attacking display today, but we are losing the ball here a little bit, far too much for my liking. And maybe we need to get these boys to focus a little bit more, as Wolves are looking to come on the counter-attack, looking for their left winger. He's a very dangerous player. Into the box, Wolves are going to score, get it away. It's just being cleared, and I need to demand more of these boys. We're giving the ball away a little bit too much. It's not the start I wanted. We looked good in possession, but we are giving it away just a little bit too often. Wolves have made the better start. They've created the only chances of the game so far. We need to be doing a lot better. And it is Neil. Neil finds Wilden. Wilden looking for Zapropoulos. Lovely ball. Zapropoulos. We need somebody to do something creative. Jay Neil. Zapropoulos. And Zapropoulos finds Allen at the back. Ahanach finds Zapropoulos, but again we've given the ball away, but there's a chance and it has been headed in, and Puk has made it 1-0 against the run of play, in my opinion. Wolves, I think, have been the better team, but we've suddenly, out of nowhere, after a mistake, Zapropoulos made a dreadful error, but Wolves also made a mistake, and that was a good header by Puk. And it is now Wolves 0, Norwich 1. We're in front. And how does that affect the table? We have gone into second place at the moment, and things are looking good for this Norwich team, and we cannot complain at the moment, but we do need to to keep focused as Allen looks to bring the ball forward. Allen driving into the box. Was he taken down there, referee? Allen says he was, but the referee says play on. It was a good tackle. My assistant did say that we should get stuck in this game. I didn't see any reason why we should, but maybe he's right, because we're giving the ball away to this Wolves team who are quite strong, and maybe we should be thinking we've got to go like for like, toe for toe with this Wolves team. But at the moment, I'm not going to go to get stuck in. We'll see how this game pans out. Ahanach looks for Matic. Matic with the ball over the top to Wilden. Wilden has a chance, and that is an indication of how much he is out of form. And it is Wolves 0, Norwich 1. We're still in second place. Manchester City must be winning. They are beating Brighton by 2-0. We need to just focus on our own game. Just hopefully take the 3 points here away at Wolves. They're not a great football team. We are much better than they are. It will be terrible if we lose this game. But Pook is intercepted. Pook, can he find Wilden? He's going on his own. Pook with a drive. It's hit the post. That was so close to it being 2-0. And what a chance that was. But at the moment, I'll still be satisfied with 1-0. If we go into half-time 1-0 ahead, we can regroup. Jay Neal in fantastic form at the moment. He finds Allen dilly-dallying a little bit on the ball. And one of the reasons why we might be giving the ball away is because of Wolves' press. And perhaps what we've got to... Wilden's shot almost sneaked in. Wilden's not having a great game. I am going to up the tempo to higher. I want us to release the ball a lot quicker. And I think that the press of Wolves might be causing us 1 or 2 problems as Wolves are looking to get the ball into the box. That's a terrible header by Muntean. Need to do better than that. Need to control the ball. Looking for a shot. That's a great save by Gotts and goes behind for a corner. Wolves are looking very dangerous in this game. We're slightly ahead in possession and chances created, but Wolves are certainly looking like a very dangerous team. I don't want us to be giving away points in this game. I want us to be keeping up the momentum that we have got in both the Champions League and in the Premier League. We are ahead in match momentum quite clearly against Wolves, and so far Suarez is causing us a few headaches, and we might have to have a look at that at half-time. In fact, possibly even before half-time, because they're still coming forward. They are still causing us problems. But well done. We need to pick up this loose ball, though. We need to be sharper in midfield. We're not picking up the loose balls. That has been well blocked and goes back to Goetz. Wolves are certainly giving us a game here, but at the moment we are maintaining this 1-0 lead. It's always a difficult fixture against teams like Wolves and Villa away from home. Always difficult fixtures. Pook, who's having a good game for a change today, driving forward, looking across for Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis looks for Neal. Jay Neal just over the crossbar, and it remains 1-0. We need to be putting 1 or 2 of these chances away, and then we'll feel a lot happier. Wolves' attacking play is mostly down the left-hand side. We do need to do something about their left-hand side. That is going to be a problem for us. And I'm also noticing that Zaprapoulis is looking a little bit tired, so we might bring Zaprapoulis off in 10 minutes or so. But first, I think we just need to go out. I've asked the boys to tight mark their left wing, and I think, we do need to show everybody that we are the team that we are. Keep going. You've got the ability to win this game without a shadow of a doubt, and we should be winning this game given the amount of possession we've had, given the momentum has been with us all the way, given that we've been the more creative of the two teams. But it is Wolves with a free kick into the box, and it's a header that goes wide. It is a tough game, this, and we're making heavy weather of it. But at the moment, we still remain in second place. And we are doing a very good job in all competitions this year. We have a tough game coming up against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. But I feel quite optimistic these days going into games. And there's a ball over the top, looking for, who was that? It was Pook has made it 2-0. I think the referee, is he going to be checking VAR? No, it has been given. What a volley that was by Pook. Pook is having one of his finer games this season. J. Neal on the ball, finds Zapropoulos and Achanach's ball. What a volley that was by Pook. It's now Wolves 0, Norwich 2. I think that it might be time now to go and make a couple of substitutions and give some boys a little bit of a rest. And so we have made some substitutions, and it does look like we interrupted the corner there. But Pook is having a wonderful game today. I was thinking about giving him a rest, but we're going to give him a few more minutes just to see if he can get a hat-trick here today, as Wolves are looking to break, and we want to be careful. We don't want to be giving Wolves too much space. Andre Silva's made an error there. Wolves are going to score. Yes, they have scored. I'm really annoyed. I've just brought Andre Silva on, and he's made an absolute pig's ear of that. It's now Wolves 1, Norwich 2. I'm going to go back to a more balanced way of playing now. That was a dreadful error by Silva. His first touch was terrible, and Wolves have deservedly, in my opinion, got to go back. They have looked very dangerous. We need to be very careful now. I'm also going to, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the boys to step up more, just to stop those passes going through the middle. And I'll make my final substitution here. I can see that Raguin is very tired. And I actually don't have a central defender that I can bring on. So I've asked Bertrand to fill in there at the back as the central defender. And the time is ticking over. The clock is winding down. And if we can have no more highlights, please, I'll take this as a result. At the moment, it's Wolves 1, Norwich 2. We need to hold on. There are 5 minutes of added time. Can we just hold on here, boys? And that'll be a very nice result. We have beaten Wolves by 2-1. A very, very close game. And I'll take that. We didn't play very well, but to grind out a result in that way means that we stay in second in the table, and we are doing extremely well. We have Newcastle to come next in the Carabao Cup, who are in third. That is going to be a very tough game as well. And so if we take a look at the schedule, it's looking very nice. I had concerns about these 2 games, Bayern and Wolves, but we have done extremely well. And I think what we'll do is we'll wait until December now. We'll come back probably for the West Ham and Fulham games in the Premier League. Or maybe even the Manchester City and Ajax games. That might be a better idea. Manchester City and Ajax. And so that's it for this episode. If you're brand new to the channel, you like FM content, and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then why not? Consider subscribing. But definitely hit the like button and leave a comment. And help the channel to grow and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. Many, many thanks to all of you who are doing that already. I really do appreciate your efforts. And so all that remains to be said now from a very happy Norwich camp here and a very happy Norwich manager is stay safe, and we will see you all in the next episode.